thank you so much for stopping by at Stella Rousseau today. So now what are we going to do today? Today, we are going to have something sweet and delicious, but also healthy. What? Sweet and delicious? And it's healthy? You kidding me, right? No, I'm not. I'm not kidding. It's wonderful. So, there's a story behind this recipe. Would you like to hear it? Here it goes. So, a few days ago, my husband comes home. He's a truck driver, as most of you know. He comes home off the road, and we're sitting around, and I'm fixing him a nice meal, and like I always do, and we're okay. And then he says, honey, do we have any, like, just something to a snack? And I'm like, no, not really. Because most of the time during the week, I'm here alone. So I don't buy cookies and all that kind of stuff. When I make granola, when I have granola bars, it's usually something I made or something like that. So I don't go buy a lot of snacks. I buy a lot of fruit, you know, and veggies to snack on. But like, he was wanting something kind of sweet, but he didn't want like cookies. And then he said to me, well, I really kind of want something healthy, but I want like a snack. Like I would like a piece of pie and some ice cream, but I know I can't have a piece of pie and some ice cream. So what do we do? So I walked into my kitchen, and what I call is, when I have one of those moments, I call it the test kitchen. So we walked into the test kitchen, and I said, well, what can I do? What do I have? So I took some pears out of the refrigerator that had been in there for a few days, and I decided to bake them. Baked pears. They were absolutely delicious, so I wanted to share this recipe with you. So, without further ado, well, just a little further ado. Now, before we get into the video, what you can do is go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you like. You know, no pressure, but pressure. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button. But we're going to go ahead and get into the video because you know I'm going to remind you at the end anyway. So, without further ado, let's hold on tight and see what's going on in that kitchen. Alright guys, oops, sorry about that there. Okay, so this is going to be nice and quick and easy. I'm going to try to get the shot as best I can. I'm kind of struggling with my camera these days. But it's going to be nice and quick and easy. So the other day, as you can see, I have these lovely pears. So the other day, I found some beautiful pears at the farmer's market. And so and they were on sale. So I wanted to make something nice and healthy for my husband. And I did what I call a test kitchen recipe, where I kind of see what I can do with it. And I made baked pears, and I wanted to share that with you guys. So what I'm doing right now is I'm taking the pears and I'm just cutting them right in half with the stem and everything on. I have my oven preheating at 375 degrees on bake. Okay, so it's already warm because it doesn't take long for these to bake. Oh shoot. Okay. So I'm cutting straight down the middle. Now, yes, of course, we see the middle here, the core. And with pears, the cores are a little different than apples. They don't go all the way through. So all you have to do, let me see if I can get in here, is just cut into that little middle part there, that little round part. So we're just going to cut all of these little core pieces out. And I'm going to put that in a trash bowl. Make sure you have yourself a trash bowl close by, guys, so that you can it minimizes the mess that you have when it's all said and done if you have a little trash bowl. So, pear hairs. Okay, and I've already washed these, so I'm leaving the skin on, and I'm leaving on the stems. Okay, so we're going to continue to do that. Just cut those out, and then we'll be back and I'll show you how to get them prepped for the oven. Alright, so now that we have all of those cored and ready to go, moving my little knife to the side. Now we're going to get these ready for the oven, guys. Now, as you can see, I have a pan here, cookie sheet, that I've lined with foil paper. And the reason that I've done that is because my cookie sheet is kind of worn. You can do it on a regular cookie sheet, but I've had this one forever. I just bought a new one, but I don't want to let go of the old one. So, but I blind it so that it doesn't stick. I don't get any extra anything on it. And it actually kind of cooks better, honestly, I've found, when you put it on the foil. I don't know why, but I found out when I put it on foil, they cook better than when they're by themselves. Sorry, I can't talk today. When they're by themselves, just flat on the cookie sheet or pan. And you can put this in a deep dish pan too, guys. And the only thing is that the pears get really soft when you bake them. So you got to be careful with that if you don't want them falling apart when you go to pick them up. And the reason I'm making so many is because we have a women's meeting this evening at my church. And I wanted to do something nice because, you know, I love those ladies. And I wanted to do something. I did this for my husband and he was in love with it. So I said, let me try this for the ladies and see if they like it, you know. Now, I've already put it on the pan, lined them up nice. And I put them, you know, head to butt, so to speak. So I should not have said that, but you know, opposite. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to sprinkle them with some coconut sugar. I keep coconut sugar and turbinado sugar, which is raw sugar, in the house. I prefer that over the refined white sugar. It's better for you. It's not bleached. So I'm topping that with some coconut sugar. I'm just taking a spoon and sprinkling it on top just to give it a little bit of extra sweetness. Okay. And I'm putting that little bit of sugar on it. And I know it seems like a lot, but it's really not. Then I have some cinnamon, some Indonesian cinnamon, of course, because I got to do stuff different than everybody else. But you could use regular cinnamon. You don't have to go do the stuff I do, y'all. I'm just extra bougie. That's all that is. And I'm taking some cinnamon and sprinkling the cinnamon on top as well. Now, what you can do, what I like to do sometimes is you can actually glaze a little honey on top. If you're vegan, you don't have to use honey. You can use a little agave sweetener, and it's just as good. And you can do that to finish it or whatever, however you want to do it. Just different dimensions. I find myself sometimes putting a little vanilla and mixing it with the honey or whatever and drizzling it. Okay, so we're going to put this in the oven exactly like this. We're not going to cover it or anything. The oven is at 375. We're going to put this in the oven exactly like this for roughly 15 to 20 minutes. More than likely 15, because like I said, pears get really soft when you bake them. So you got to be careful. And then I'm going to come back and show you guys how to make the topping that I put on those. Okay? Okay. So now, sorry, keep the camera. I am losing my mind. While we are waiting for that to bake, this is what we're going to do. Okay? We're going to make us a little topping for those baked pears. Now, what I'm using is just plain yogurt. You can use vanilla, you can use strawberry, you can use anything you want, but I prefer the plain because I'm putting in other flavors. So I'm going to use a little plain yogurt and just about a cup or so. Well, I'm using probably a little more than a cup because I got to top quite a few pears here. Okay, so I'm putting plain yogurt. Inside the plain yogurt, we're going to drop a little bit of jam. I'm using a peach Bellini jam that I get from Trader Joe's. You can only get this in the summertime, guys. They only sell it in the summertime. So I'm just going to take just one little spoon, see, just one spoon, you know, and mix it around. Because it doesn't have a lot of sugar in it. So it makes it a lot better for you. As a matter of fact, let me look at these ingredients here. It says on the back, while I'm stirring, sugar. It's only 7 grams of sugar in a serving, which is 1 tablespoon. So that's not bad. Now, we're going to take, in that little mixture, I have some fresh blackberries that I bought from the farmer's market. And we're going to just dump all of those blackberries in there because it's going to be good and delicious. Now, the other day when I made it, I had found some fresh currants, which is something you don't see very often. And if you wonder what currants are, they look like little bitty red berries, okay? on a vine. But if you look for them in the grocery store, they're dried and they sit right next to the raisins. So it's almost like a raisin, but it's really, really small. And so you hardly ever see them. And I saw some fresh currants and I bought them and put some in this and then topped it with currants. But of course, we fell in love with it and I didn't have any more currants and I went looking for more. And of course, they're out now. They didn't have any. So, okay, so now we're gonna put just a tad, about a half a teaspoon of vanilla. Okay, notice I did not put any sugar in this other than the Bellini jam. That's gonna make it sweet. It's plain yogurt, so that's gonna make it sweet for you. Okay, so now guess what? That is ready. And soon as our pears get ready, we're going to show you how to plate it up and it's going to be fabulous. All right, loves, our pears are done and ready. Before we plate it up, I wanted to show you kind of what you're looking for them to be done. You see how golden brown they are all around. Besides, you still got that cinnamon, but it's kind of baked on. How you know your pears are done is you just stick a fork in it. If that fork goes straight through, it's done, because pears get really soft. Now, just a tip, if your pears are really firm, you might want to leave them in the oven a little longer, okay? Because soft ones will cook pretty quick, but if they're really, really firm, it might take them a minute. So I'm going to move this out of the way and then we're going to plate it up. I'm going to just show you how I plate it, because I'm actually going to put these in to-go containers for the ladies. So I'm gonna show you how I plate it if I wasn't putting it in to-go containers. Give me just a second, we'll be right back. Okay, loves, see, and now as you can see, I've taken 2 pear halves and put them on the plate. You can do it in a bowl, it doesn't have to be a plate. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take our yogurt topping that we made and just drizzle that right on top. Okay. Then I'm going to take some granola, and this is not homemade granola, I bought this, guys. And then I'm going to just top a little bit with the granola. And when I had the currants, the fresh currants, it was so pretty, but I don't have any of those. So then I'm just going to put a couple of berries on top. There we go. And then I'm going to drizzle it with honey. Now again, if you're vegan, guys, you don't have to use the honey. You can use, and this is raw honey, you can use the agave sweetener or however you want to do it. And there we go. And guess what? That is good, delicious, and ready. And I heated my honey, guys, so it would go on easy and I won't be standing here trying to squeeze the jar. So, all right, and this is ready. Alrighty, my darlings, there you have it. We made us some wonderful baked pears and we made us some nice yogurt topping to go on top with some nice berries and everything. And it's absolutely delicious. I promise you, you won't be disappointed. It's nice. It gives you that, you know, if you want a little something sweet, it helps you with that little sweet taste that you were wanting. But it's healthy. It's not bad for you at all unless you add some stuff to it you really shouldn't add, you know. You know how we do, but don't do that. Try it just like this. I promise you, you won't be disappointed, especially if you like pears. So, I'm so glad that I got a chance to share this recipe with you. As always, at the end of this video, there's going to be a shameless plug for our seasoning, Stella Ruth's signature seasonings, where we have seasoning for every foodie. Catchy, huh? So there will be a shameless plug. If you want to know how to get some of our wonderful seasonings, drop down to the description box, excuse me, I can't talk, below, and I will put the website down at stellaruth.net. Also, if you like what you saw today, just go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I told you I was going to remind you, didn't I? Go ahead and hit the subscribe button so that you can take part in all of these wonderful videos and recipes that we have that come across. I sold it. Okay, anyway. I know I've been really strange lately. Pay me no mind. Well, you know. So, Again, hit the subscribe button if you like the video that you saw today, and then give us a thumbs up if you really liked it, and share this video with some people that might want to try out some new recipes, because they're all good, all of them. I'm not biased at all. And if you want to see how to get some of our signature seasonings, salad dressing, sauces, and marinades, that plug is also at the end of the video. And the website is down in the description box below. So I'm going to stop babbling and bothering you on today. I appreciate you for giving me a little bit of time out of your busy lives and stopping by and taking a few minutes out of your day just to visit with little old me. I thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for everything that you're doing, all of the support. I love you, love you, love you. And God bless you and have a good day.